like I'm trying harder, but still can't find a way.
Hello and welcome to Season 6. It's round 5 and we've flown across the Mediterranean and we've landed in Italy, specifically in Rome, the historic capital. And Italy is of course the historic home for many of the world's most successful motorsport teams. So the question remains, who will end up on top of our field, on the top step of the podium here today? Here is the track then, 21 turns, 45 minutes plus 1 lap. The attack mode activation zone is just off of the apex of turn 15. The start line brings you straight down to the hairpin of turn 1. Gets very tight and technical after turn 4 through turn 11. The pit lane, as you can see, is a rather abnormal shape. Turn 12 and 13, 17 and 16 are all very swoopy, fast corners, as well as the final chicane at turns 20 and 21. Definitely a challenge to navigate at very high speed. Here is the starting grid then. Nobody qualified in P24, however P23, that is the Audi. Accurist and Aluna are in P22 and P21. Nerdy Gaming for Mahindra in P20. Broman for Geox Dragon is in P19. The lowest of the Envisions, P18, is F1 Fan. Josh, the lowest of the BMWs, is in P17. Tag Heuer Porsche is in P16. Simsomo Sim, apologies, is in P15. P14 Fexeland. P13 AG Capadonna. P12 is Sengstam in the Neo 333 car. Castronics is in P11 in the highest of the Porsches. Seva is with Nissan E-Downs for this race in P10. Indominus Rex with Venturi in P9. E-Sliders in the same qualifying position he was in last week in P8. TDM Fan is with Geox Dragon in P7. Epic Brother with DS Cheetah in P6. Arsenix Wolf, the new name for Patiences, in P5 for Mercedes. Riley Vag in the Envision Virgin Racing in P4. Lana P3 for Mahindra, and the front row of Capitan Bo, who was on pole last week, and Corrector, last week's winner, or not last week, well, last race, last FE race. Wow. That them graphics weren't meant to happen. Well, here are the lights then. We're only going to have on boards today, and the lights go out, and we are away in Rome. Everyone seems to be making it through turn 1 quite nicely, quite nice and smoothly, not bumping into each other. Korek seems to be blasting away with this lead so far, going through the chicane of turns 4, 5, 6 and 7. Now through 8 and 9, looking very nice. Can't see anyone behind him, nor ahead. Absolutely storming away from this. Riley Vag is the closest person. Seems to have got an absolutely storming start in the Envision Virgin Racing car. However, it is the Audi of Korek who is leading on top. Lana also did very well to get ahead in the Mahindra. E-Sliders now getting up into a podium place for the Mercedes team. Riley Vaj now takes the fastest lap. Nobody going for attack mode yet on this first lap. Wouldn't expect anyone to go onto attack mode on the first lap. Here is Sengstam, also getting a very good start, fighting it out with the Mercedes and the Porsche, that seems to be, of Cast, getting up into where he belongs, up into the top 5, Arsenix Wolf and Indominus Rex also getting up there with Sengstam. He seems to be dropping back slightly, now going under the building, the Porsche building now. Nobody going for attack mode just yet. Riley Vaj still holds this fastest lap, but as they go over the bump and through the last sector, it's all getting very close. It seems like Korek may have actually started to fall back slightly. Envision Virgin Racing looks to be ahead, and as they cross the line, it is Korek still P2, and then P3 is tied between Lana and Cast. This is very close racing, already about 10 seconds all the way to the back of the grid. That's Horizonize running right at the back. Wolf Landry and Accurista also at the back in the Jaguars. In the Jaguars. Fountain Troll in the DS to Cheetah is right behind his teammate of Fexalan. And around 5% of battery drained so far for all of the teams. 97% for Correct, 93% for Riley Vaj, 94% for Cast. They're currently the top 3. Arsenix Wolf is in P4. And we're having a bit of a lag spike, but we are back. Riley Vaj is now running away with this lead. Half a second to Correct behind, but he is getting slightly slidey. That's not going to get him any more time. It's only going to allow him to lose time and allow the cars behind him to get in front. Indominus Rex now takes fastest lap and is in P3. Had 2 purple sectors. Horizonize has disconnected and it's out of the race. That now means the person in last place is Jogsy. It's all very tightly bunched together now. 13 seconds to the people at the back. As Riley Vaj retakes his fastest lap. Korek is also very hot on the heels of him, however, so this is probably him pushing as hard as he can. However, when we get a chance to see the percentages of each car's battery, that will also give us an opportunity to see who can save the most. As this is Formula E is basically a race of endurance. You need to be as fast as you can, but also as consistent as you can. Because Riley Vaj, Indominus Rex, and F1 Fan, they're already into the high 86s. Everyone else is in the low 90s. Now heading down, just heading over that little bump that is quite tricky to navigate. The Audi and the E-Spirit are all very close together. Whoever gets the exit here, the best exit, seems to be on top, and that is Korek in the lead once again. 3/10 to Riley Vaj behind, over a second now to P3. These two are absolutely running away with the lead, but don't turn your heads too quickly because Nerdy Gaming also seems to be improving quite well. Josh has now taken the attack mode activation. He's dropped to 17th, just ahead of Wolf Landry. However, that is going to give him the extra power that he can then use to start to overtake people. He's the first person to take attack mode. Definitely will not be the last, because each car has the opportunity to take attack mode twice during each race. This is obviously a different strategy that the BMW team are going for to try and get Josh up into the top 10 to be able to score some points for the team. And I believe Capitambo qualified, but it actually looks like Jogsy is going to be taking his place in the BMW team today. I didn't realise that. He actually qualified on the front row. That's disappointing for the team, because they're now not in the points at all. Fexeline just holding his position against the raging BMW now, because it does have the attack mode. This is Arsenic's Wolf and AG Capadonna very close to each other right now as they're going over the bump. Very easy to slip out there because of the loss of traction, as you do actually go airborne for a split second. Here is Wolf Landry. There's a big gap in front and behind him, and he is standing in for the Jaguar driver of Accurus today. Someone else has just taken attack mode. That will be Wolf's teammate of Accurist. Now you can see he has the purple halo. We'll be trying to get some time back on the cars ahead. Currently 3 seconds to the person in front, which is Sengstam. But yep, it's getting, it's lowering now, only 2.9. Nerdy Gaming has now made his way up into P2 in the Mahindra. AG Capadonna has also taken attack mode, gets a purple Sector 1, doesn't improve in Sector 2, but gets a personal best in Sector 3. Korek has now taken attack mode. That is the leader on attack mode. Nerdy Gaming may now be taking attack mode in the next lap as well. However, he does have significantly lower battery, so that may he may want to try and regenerate some energy before he does start spending it on attack mode. Korek now going to be able to get ahead, build a further gap to the cars behind. The gap's already 2.1 seconds, however that will be expanding quite rapidly soon, I think, considering the closest car to him with attack mode is AG Capadonna. Now 57 seconds to the cars at the back of the field. I suspect we will start to see some lapped cars soon. I believe we can see a car ahead of Korek. Can't tell what livery that is though. That's either going to be a Neo or a Jaguar. And that is a Neo. So now coming up to lap the back marker of Dino Zurich, as Lano takes an attack mode, currently running P8 for the Mahindra. And the game has frozen, but we are running smoothly again. Wolf Landry has now taken the attack mode as well. He'll also have a purple halo that will also give him an extra 35 kilowatts of power. Now lap 14 of 45, everyone around 70 to 75, 78, sorry, battery. The Mercedes are doing quite well. They are running pretty much next to each other right now. East Sliders winning in Mexico. Korek, however, is still absolutely running away with this. Now 8 seconds to the car behind. This may look like an easy win like it was back in Monaco all those weeks ago. The last race of 2020 for Formula E. He's taking them chicanes absolutely perfectly. Again, for any viewers now just joining us, sadly we will only have the onboard cameras today. The external spectating system is broken, and at the moment it cannot be fixed. Arsenic's Wolf has fallen back slightly. Korek's attack mode has ran out. However, this is Riley Badge running in a solid P4. That will bring home some good points for the team, but I believe he just shifted into neutral to try and regenerate some energy. This may be a sign from the team that they are running on way too low energy and they will not make it to the end. And I believe someone is joining me. Ah,
yeah, it's
Shay A's here. Hello.
Hello.
Sorry, I didn't see you
This is
join.
my first Formula E stream. I have no idea what's going on, so we're just gonna play by the books.
Well, not much is really happening. Sengstam has just taken the attack mode in his Neo car. He's going to try and get up to Wolf Landry. Sever's also taken attack mode as well to try and get ahead of the Mercedes in front of him. But everyone seems to be running at a pretty consistent pace at the moment. Some people are losing a lot more energy than they can afford, which means they're going to have to start slowing down and regenerating.
Noticing the Mahindra team is on 2nd and 4th right now. They're pushing it pretty hard, trying to keep up with Coretta. They only have Castronics, who's in the Porsche. I don't even remember these teams' names. Oh, here they are. They're coming down the S curve. Right next to the pits. They're going to be hitting that main straight in just a minute. Before they hit the Porsche tunnel. Maybe the Porsche will be able to get some advantage on there.
Nerdy Gaming getting really slidey out of turn 15 there, nearly lost it and hit the wall, but seems to be navigating the bump quite well and hitting the braking zone quite late, being able to get a good exit. However, Cast is getting very, very close to his diffuser. Now going down the starting grid. Who crosses the line first? It is Nerdy Gaming. Sims has also taken attack mode. He's very close to Fexalan on the timings. He's also very close to Fexalan on track.
Coretta's still taking it home. 16 seconds behind is going to be Seva, who's just hit his attack mode. He's going to be having a full 4 minutes, but he's already done about 2 minutes of it, so he's going to now have a minute 30 to use that attack mode to try and gain some advantage on Coretta, who has already used all of his attack mode.
However, I believe Coretta will be able to use his second attack mode shortly if he feels like he is getting pressured from behind. But in Formula E terms, 15 seconds is about, I don't know, a gap of 10 decades. So there's not really much threat from behind unless he does start using way too much energy, in which case then he will have to start dropping back and regenerating.
Then it looks like this is just going to be a fight for second.
Maybe even a fight for the remaining podium places, with both of the Mahindras now fighting each other. One of Nerdy Gaming with attack mode and one of Lanor without.
It seems like they're keeping a good pace between each other, so maybe the attack mode isn't going to be that advantageful for, what, Nerd?
Yeah. He should really be storming ahead of that car. He has a lot more power than him.
Well, they also have all these very complicated turns, as this is a street circuit, so you have to be a little more careful on these turns, and I feel like Nerd's maybe not as good as Leno when it comes to that.
I'm trying to think, and I believe that Mexico may actually be the only track we visit this season that is a permanent track. It isn't a street circuit. But racing on street circuits is, of course, the one of the main goals of Formula E, to be able to bring this electric racing to city centres where usually there is a lot of combustion engined vehicles. Try and raise awareness for what is happening in the world with climate change. Rivaj now splitting the two Mercedes. They have all fallen back slightly. That's let the Mahindras through. It's also let Seva through.
Even though the Mahindras can't get ahead of Seva, they're still in 3rd and 4th, which means they're going to get some good points for their team. If I check the standings real quick. Yeah, Mahindra's right now in 6th, which means, and they're only 1 point behind Envision Virgin. And I believe the closest Envision Virgin is Riley Veg.
Yeah.
So yeah, they might actually be able to get some positions on this one. Maybe not on to tag Hero Porsche, but definitely Envision if they keep this up. You can see the other Porsche is going to be Castronics in a P6, hitting his attack mode. Oh, he just went into neutral.
Yeah, a lot of the drivers are going into neutral at the moment just to try and regenerate energy because it's easier than braking, which I'm not sure if this is going to stay in the allowed.
It could be easier than braking, but I feel like that's also going to ruin their steering. It's going to give them a bit of oversteer.
Yeah, I'm not sure if this is going to stay allowed for future races, but we've seen it in Monaco and we've also seen it here, so
that might be something to look at in the future.
Correct, is still pulling away from Seva and Nerdy Gaming, the remaining podium places. Now 18 seconds ahead.
And look at that, Cass using this strategy to get past Leno. Of course, he's also in attack mode, but even then, I feel like this new strategy's been giving him some benefits.
There you go, Cast running into neutral again. Very interesting to see how they shift down into neutral.
Whoa, Eastlighter was able to get into 5th. How did he get to do that?
I don't know, I assume that Lano must have made some sort of mistake or needs to regen a lot more than the Mercedes does.
He might not be using the same strategy as they are. I heard Castronics using that neutral strategy really hard. I couldn't see if East was doing it, but maybe Leno's having a little bit of trouble right now. Like I said before, he might be having trouble with this track itself. But East, I believe that's going to be the Mercedes EQ team.
Yeah, I don't remember East doing any neutral tricks from Monaco, so maybe only a few select drivers are doing it, but it looks as if Cast might actually now be on track to do the fastest lap.
This is going to be interesting. He's still in the attack mode. How much time does he have left on it? He's got about 30 seconds left on it. Then he's going to be out. He still has a full attack mode left.
The Cast has improved, but he hasn't been able to take the fastest lap. And maybe this lap he will, but he did look a little clumsy through that chicane, but I believe it's going to be clumsy for everyone considering just how tight it is.
Looking back on the pack, you still see Riley Vag in 7th right now. He's got about 42% battery life. I think that's the lowest so far. No, the lowest would be 40% with Indominus and Acarist.
Somo Sim still has a massive gap ahead of him.
Hopefully these guys are able to finish the races.
Yeah, we're about halfway through now and most people are just under 50%. Some people like Cast are way over at 59.
We were over halfway. We hit halfway when we got to about lap 23. So that means people should be having a little less than half of their battery in order to continue this race on.
Jogsy just took attack mode.
I'm not sure if 39 is going to be enough.
Yeah,
Oh, there's East. There's
yeah.
the attack mode.
East and Jogsy both have attack modes now. Going to be interesting to see what East can do. 6 seconds up the road is Cast, the first of the podium places that are available to him.
Oh! Who was that? Was that Lenore? I think that was Lenore. Or was that Riley? I think that was Riley. Riley hit into the curbs a little bit. Lost a lot of time there. Seems as though Arsenics might be able to take advantage of that. He's right behind him.
Yeah, Riley Vag. Oh, they're both hitting the wall there. Riley Vag and Arsenics just both hit into the wall at the braking zone for turn 15.
Let's see how they do on this turn. Oh, I think Arsenics did it better. Who goes across the line first?
Well, it's all down to the exit of this chicane. Seems like Riley Vag.
I think it's going to be Riley. Yep.
Yeah, Riley got a massive, massive advantage on Arsenics out of that final chicane.
TDM fan. Okay, so Riley Badge still has a full attack mode, and so does Arsenics, and neither one of them have used it. Oh, who? Oh, that was Lenore. He just had a crash. He's gonna fall behind.
Just went into the wall.
Riley and Arsenics are both gonna get ahead of him off that first sector. But Lenore seems to be fighting back. I can hear him right behind Arsenics. And if I can hear it and it's an electric car, that means he must be very close.
Everyone's very close to get. Oh, that's Lano going into the wall again. Everyone seems to be just clipping the wall out of that turn 15 where the attack mode is.
Ooh, check East. He's about to do a better sector than he's ever done. It's not going to be a fastest lap.
He can't improve.
But it was an
in third
improvement on his lap, and he might be able to get some points ahead. And there's Nerdy right in front of him. And there goes Nerdy!
East is now P4. Only 3 more seconds down the road, and he'll have Cast for company.
And there he is, yeah. I believe that's going to be a back marker, but ahead of him will be Cast. And there it is. He's right on Cast's tail now. He's still got enough attack mode, I believe. Let's check that.
East improving in the first and second sectors. He sets a session best sector 2.
Will he be able to get the fastest lap? Cast is starting to feel the heat. He might be able to get ahead of him.
Can't improve in sector 3
lap.
again.
He's right on his tail now. He's still got plenty of attack. He's got about 30 seconds of attack mode left.
East now up into P3. That's the final podium position. Is he going to be able to catch Sever, however? He may be able to. He's only a couple seconds up the road.
Yeah, he's got about 3 seconds up, but his attack mode is now done. If he won't be able to use it until one more time. At the very end, I would assume.
Yeah, they're going to try and get onto that attack mode as late as possible, but before their rivals.
Middle of the race?
I'm not sure.
I think I know.
Someone was sideways. I'm not sure who that was, but someone was sideways out of the final chicane.
Oh, looks like they got him. Okay, yeah, it looks like East is now going to be only a second behind 7 now. Starting to push it a little bit, which is good. But TDM fan, the person who did better in qualifying than East is, he's in 10th right now, struggling to find some ground. Although I do still think he has his attack mode. Yeah, he does.
Yeah.
So yeah, you have Arsenic still has it, Riley still has it, TDM fan still has it. So does Indominus, but I don't know what he'll be able to do with that. Will he be able to catch up to TDM fan? I mean, he has, I would say, about 5 seconds behind him. Oh, look at Coretta. He's about 34%. Riley Vadge is at 30%, and Arsenic's Wolf's at 31%.
Sim
Now
still
up
has
in the 5th place.
48% of his battery. He has loads of power to spend.
What about Castronics? You heard him doing the neutral strat, and now he's up at 46. Could that strategy be giving him an unfair advantage?
I'm unsure. Well, East and Sever, they're both relatively close to him, and I don't believe they have been doing the neutral strat, so they're close to him in time and in battery life. So I'm not sure you could call it unfair, because
I mean, it is about
he only has
5% of difference.
Yeah, he only has about a lap extra though, so
Oh, hang on a second. East just hit the second attack mode.
can be spending more of his energy to try and get up ahead of Sever.
He definitely has some reserve.
And maybe if Coretta has to start regenerating, that would also give him a chance to get back into lead and give him a second win of the season.
Jogsy's now hit his attack mode.
3.5 minutes remaining on that for him in the BMW.
Seems as though Cass is starting to not use the neutral strategy. Oh, hang on a second. That's attack mode now.
Cast has taken attack mode. He is maybe trying to replicate East's strategy a bit, that seems like. However, he is back on the neutral strategy. I'm not sure how much a neutral strategy would gain him time whilst on attack mode, because the only way that attack mode will work is if you have your motor turned on.
I mean, he could be just turning it back on once the acceleration starts to come in. He's only seeming to use the neutral strategy once on a sharp corner. You saw him do it on the sharp 90 degree and then on the U-turn after the starting line. He hasn't been using it at all recently. He might be listening in. But East is now going to take second.
I believe that the neutral strategy only really helps you when you're like going into hard braking zones then, because when he's in corners where you really have to like power through the corner, he's not using it. So we may see it in one of the next corners where you really have to brake hard. And like at the hairpin, you have to brake hard.
Like, yeah, right here at this 90 degree up ahead. And he doesn't do it. Interesting.
Maybe he'll do it at the hairpin again.
I don't know. Maybe his engineers have started telling him to stop doing it because they feel like, oh no!
He just slipped on the curb. He hasn't lost too much time. However, that has lost him crucial time if he wanted to gain up to Sever, because East is now ahead of him.
Very much ahead. 4 seconds ahead. But as is commentator's curse, Cass might stop doing this neutral strategy because his engineers might have told him that it could be something that he gets punished for. I don't know if that's the case, but we'll have to ask him after this race.
Yeah.
As for the other teams,
Sengstan got ahead of TDM Fan.
Seems as though Nerdy and Lano are still going to be up ahead of Riley Vadge. Which means BMW might be able to get up into 5th in the Constructors. As for Coretta, he's going to get some big points if he gets this win. He might go up, what, 4 positions in the Drivers' Championship?
I'm not sure. I don't have it in front of me. However, from his debut race in Monaco, he won that. And if he wins this again, it'll be 2 wins in a row.
How many points do you get for a win for a Drivers' Championship?
I think it's 25 points for a win, 1 point for fastest lap. And it's like 3 points if you get the super pole position, which he didn't get. Capitan Bo got that. However, Capitan Bo can't race.
He might get 3rd.
And we've got another person on the track.
At 43. And since Capitan Bo is not attending today, and East Sliders is going to get ahead of Capitan Bo as well, I think Coretta might be able to get that point. Because he'll be in the 50s if he gets that 25 points. Seems as though we have a lot of people who are like high on the drivers' championship not here today. Capitan Bo's not here. I don't. Okay, I do see F1 fan, but he's very low down there right now. Haven't seen 420 Merc music. I don't see. Where is Pacences? No, Pacences isn't here either.
He is. He changed his name to Arsenic's Wolf. That's who was also driving for McLaren yesterday.
Ah, I see.
Yeah, I was only told about that after the race, which is very helpful.
Then Pacences might be able to get some points as well. Standings will have to be changed for that new name, though. And look how many people are in attack mode now. They're going for it with this final 10
entire
laps to go.
midfield has just turned it on.
And that, just like that, Cass is gone. His attack mode has been drained down. That was his second one. He now has to go off of his skill alone. But Seva, he still has some as well.
AG Capadonna is another person doing the neutral strategy into the hairpin.
Seva's got a full more 2.5 minutes of that attack mode. Nerd still has even more than 2.5 minutes. But interestingly enough, Lenore was able to get ahead of Nerdy. We've been saying how Lenore might have a disadvantage compared to Nerdy, but right now it seems as though he's ahead, even with Nerdy has the attack mode on.
There is quite a significant battery percentage difference between them, 3%. That's about, well, this circuit is actually quite short, so that's probably about a lap's worth of energy, or a lap and a bit.
Looking back in the pack, it seems as though we're having a bit of a fight for 12th position between Indominus, TDM Fan, and Wolf Landry, all on attack mode. Seems as though Wolf's going to run out of it first, and then it'll be Indominus, which means TDM might have an advantage at this rate. AG Capadonna is also on attack mode, who's got Sync Stam to worry about, but he's a good 6 seconds ahead of him. But while he still has 2 minutes of attack mode, he might be able to make something out of it. But let's check those battery lives real quick. Indominus is on 7%. Will he be able to finish this race?
With some very, very, very severe regeneration, he may be able to claim just 1% a lap out of that, but it does look at this rate that he will run out, because he's on attack mode, which will be absolutely taking away his energy.
He still has a good 40 seconds of attack mode in that as well.
He's not even slowing down or even attempting to regenerate. He's not braking early.
Not even trying a neutral strategy. He's just trying to gun for it. But I'm not sure. He's got 6 laps left to go. Actually, I think that might be more like 7. Since we are on a having Correttis just start that lap.
And that is Indominus Rex now starting the neutral strategy.
Ooh. Coretta had a bit of a slip up there. But Coretta is only gaining in his lead. He is now 23 seconds ahead of P2.
That's everyone up to P7 now, who has been lapped, I believe.
Yes, and Horizonaz is back, but it looks like he's not going to... Oh! Did we mention that Jogsy and Josh have actually left the race?
Oh, no, I didn't see that. Have they both just disconnected? Yeah, they've both just disconnected.
Yeah, that's both of that one team, I believe. Which team was that?
That's BMW.
That was BMW? No, I thought that was Nerd and Lono. Oh no, they're Mahindra.
Yeah, they're Mahindra.
So yeah, that means that Mahindra is going to be able to get ahead of BMW, I would assume.
And Lana is coming into the pits, I believe. No, sorry, not Lana. Indominus Rex is coming into the pits. I believe he will be retiring the car, because by the sounds of it, he has ran out of energy.
That's a shame. Coretta's still holding that fastest lap.
Head Kenny Benny now being the last person with attack mode. Fexagan is only 3 seconds up on the road, so maybe he will be able to get ahead of him, but I doubt he will be able to score any points today with just 4 laps remaining.
The next lowest battery life is going to be Accurist with 7%, and right behind him is going to be Wolf Landry with 9%, and Arsenic's Wolf, teetering between 9% and 10%. And Downs going to fall dearly behind. He'll probably hit last, right behind Jogsy.
And that is Wolf Landry. Wolf Landry has spun around at the chicane. Turn 4 has not been his friend this lap.
Now he's got to worry about that battery life as well. TDM and Wolf both at 8%. Fexall in on 9%. As for Mahindra, with 6th and 7th, how much does 6th and 7th place get?
Let's count up. So 1, 2, 4, 6 for 7th and 8 points for 6th.
For 6th, you get how many points? 8 points?
8 points.
And for 7th?
6.
Okay, 6 and 8, that's going to be 14. 42 plus 14. That will be 58. So yeah, Mahindra will be able to get ahead of BMW by just 1 point. If they keep these positions. Or if they do even better.
And someone's
Racers just turned to practice?
Yeah, someone's managed to screw up the the timing board. I'm not sure who just did that. Whoever it was, probably getting fired.
We were on 46, I believe, right?
Yeah, 43 out of 4. There we go. They fixed it. They fixed it. Panic averted.
I think it was actually 45.
There you go. They just fixed it to 45.
Well, that was interesting. That might ruin the leaderboard a little bit now. As I see East and Cast, if you notice their positions.
Well, it seems to have just fixed itself as they go through the first sector, because East now just set a purple sector 1.
No, I think Seva's still P2 because the leaderboard broke.
Oh, we'll have to find out then.
Seva still has to pass the sector though. Where is he? There he is.
Seva's now about to cross the line. See if it fixes.
It didn't. He's still in 4th.
Yeah.
We'll have to watch Seva for now. Because he should be in 2nd at the moment.
Yeah, because of that now everyone's setting purple sector 1s. Correct, however, will be able to hold his fastest lap.
We'll have to say that Coretta hit the fastest lap at this rate.
Yeah. Here he is then, about to start the final lap. He's led pretty much every lap this race. Didn't get pole position, that was Capitan Beau. However, luckily for him, Capitan Beau was not racing, so he started from the front of the grid. As he now rounds the final corners of the first sector, turns 4, 5, 6, 7, and then through 8 and 9. It's all very tight, all very technical. And one wrong move on these curbs, you'll be sent spinning straight out and into the wall, which won't damage your car in this league, but definitely will damage your times. Here's F1 fan getting lapped by the Mercedes.
Was there an issue with Arsenic's Wolf as well? Because I just noticed he got behind Nerdy Gaming. Where is Nerdy Gaming? Oh no, no, he's definitely behind Nerdy Gaming. Because he is now crossing the line. Where is
And here is
East
correct
compared
then.
to Seba?
He is going to be the winner of the Rome ePRIX. He's led every lap. He's driving straight off into the runoff area there. But that is your
Let's see
winner,
if Seba
everyone.
can get. Let's see if Seba can win ahead of East at this line. We need to watch that real quick. Because Seba definitely is going to get this second position based on what we're seeing right now. Yes, Seba's going to pit. Seba. What in the world? Seba will get second. East will get third. Cast will get fourth. And the rest will just figure itself out. What an interesting racing day.
Interesting end to the race with the timings tower deciding the reset itself.
I think the stream will show that that was the positions. We'll have to see you will have to see those checkered flags when they started coming up in order to figure out what those actual positions were, because this is kind of screwed up.
Yeah, we're gonna have to do some. We're gonna have to do some thinking to try and figure out which cars were lapped and then which order the checkered flags came up.
I'm hearing that Horizon was the one who broke the board.
Well, congratulations to him. And that is correct, winning again, winning 2 Formula E races in a row for the Audi team.
I don't think Kashmir is going to like somebody messing with his equipment. We might see some problems with the directors and moderators soon. I'm hearing Greg say that Horizon was the one who did it.
Well, we'll find out.
Yeah, this might go in towards investigation. These results are going to be screwed up to hell. But I do know that Coretta was first, Seva was second, East was third. That is definitely the case. Who's this? I can't see the names.
Hopefully we'll be able to get the podium sorted.
Anyways, we'll be having an investigation on that race, but for now, we're going to get set up for the podium. So we'll be with you shortly.
So there we go, that was the podium. A winner of Correc, a P2 of Sever, and a P3 for East. The remaining positions in the race should be able to be available on the Discord server shortly if anyone is going to look through to try and figure out what the standings will look like after this race. If you'd like to check out the Ion game to be able to drive for yourself, head over to the description where there should be a link as well as to the group, the Ion server, the Discord server, as well as the Formula E Discord server. So for this weekend, that looks to be it. Thank you all for watching Formula E. Thank you all for watching Formula 1, Formula 2 yesterday. Hopefully we'll be back next week for some more Formula E action. So, if you like what you see, make sure to subscribe to the channel to make sure you don't miss another race. From me, from Shay A, thank you for watching. And hopefully, we'll see you at the next race.